Kau yang edit.
Ya, aku dah start record dah.
Okay. Start
Okay.
Sekejap. Okay. Boleh lah start slide ke tepi.
Oh, tak payah nak introduce dulu eh?
Sekejap. Oh, introduce. Okay.
Sekejap.
Wait. Macam mana? Sekejap. Aku nak ni. Okay. Boleh.
Ah.
So start introduce dulu. Okay. Good afternoon everyone. My name is Cik Engku Anan bin Cik Engku Azri. My ID number is 24006. 6 pula. Sorry. Good afternoon everyone. My name is Cik Engku Anan bin Cik Engku Azri. My ID is 24007674. And I am from Information System. Kau tak ya Information System Kau semua sama ya bodoh. Okay, dah.
Ya, aku suggest tau. Macam, hi, I'm Adnan. Lepas tu, Azbah pun cakap, hi, I'm Azbah. Lepas tu Fahmi cakap, lepas tu aku cakap. Macam ikut nama kita punya baris
Okay.
lah.
Macam tu lah. Okay. Ikut ni lah. Ikut turn yang Prizan lah. Okay. Good afternoon everyone. My name is Engku Adnan.
And, sekejap, kau
Hah?
Kau cakap good morning ke tadi?
Afternoon.
Good afternoon. Evening
Kau tahu pun
Aku
background
style
siang.
good lah weh. Sebab nanti buka video. Just cakap Assalamualaikum and hello je.
Okay. 3, 4.
Ikut list nama tu
Okay, 3, 4. Assalamualaikum. My name is Engku Adnan.
And my name is Nur Fatin Azhar binti Abdul Aziz. And I am Yazmi Farzana.
And hello, my name is Muhammad Fahmi bin Muhammad Deep. And for today, we will be presenting our group assignment for Finance Information System and the company that we choose, which is Dutch Lady Milk Industry. Okay, back to Adnan.
Okay. Today, I will be sharing an overview of Dutch Lady Milk Industry Berhad, a company that has been nourishing Malaysia for over 6 decades. We will explore its rich history, recent transformation, business operations, and commitment to sustainability and national development. Okay, so what is a Dutch Lady? Dutch Lady Milk Industry Berhad, or we call DLMI, was founded in 1963 as Pacific Milk Industry Malaya Limited. From its humble beginnings producing sweetened condensed milk in Petaling Jaya, it has grown alongside Malaysia to become a trusted household name. Today, DLMI is a part of Royal Friesland Campina NV, a global dairy cooperative with over 150 years of expertise. In May 2024, the LMI marked a historic milestone with the full transition to its new production site, the LMI at Instec. This move from the nanti aku edit, aku potong. Sorry, semula. Today, the LMI is a part of Royal Friesland Campina NV, a global dairy cooperative with over 150 years of expertise. While retaining a strong local advantage, truly operating from grass to glass. Next. So, in May 2024, the LMI marked a historic milestone with the full transition to its new production site, the LMI at Ansteg. This move from the iconic Petaling Jaya facility represents a major leap forward. The new 30-hectare site is 3 times larger in land size and doubles the production's capacity. It is equipped with the Industry 4.0 technologies and it's halal certified, ensuring operational excellence and innovation. Next. So, for the next slide is nourishing our nation and supporting national goals. The LMI's Dutch Lady missions, nourishing our nation, goes beyond a slogan. It reflects a deep commitment to the well-being of Malaysians, aligned with Madani values and national development goals. The company actively supports Malaysia's target of achieving 100% fresh milk aggregation by 2030 through initiatives like Farmer to Farmer program and the Dairy Development Program, the LMI, provides resources, technology, and training to local farmers to boost yield, quality, and sustainability. This commitment extends to its people as well. The LMI has been named a top employer in Malaysia for 2 consecutive years, reflecting a strong culture of career development for its more than 416 employees. As you guys can see in the slides, which Dutch Lady has won the Graduates' Choice of Employer. Next. So, what are the Dutch Ladies' type of run of business? So, the LMI's core business is producing and distributing a broad range of dairy products designed to meet nutritional needs across all life stage. Its well-known consumer brands include Dutch Lady, Dutch Baby, Free Select, Free So Gold, and Dutch Lady Pure Farm. The company leads the liquid milk market with innovative packaging like the sip and seal on the go packets. In the infant and toddler nutrition segment, the LMI offers specialized formulas such as Friso Gold's Nova's signature milk while focused on digestive health. As you can see in the slide, Dash Lady have various of product of the milk which can use by young age, baby, middle age, teenager like us, and also the older ones. Okay, dah tu je dapat aku. Sekejap, lepas tu tak ada apa dah. Okay dah aku punya, aku boleh keluar kan?
Boleh je.
Tak apa, nanti kau ready aku dah siap nanti hantar kat aku. Hantar kat tele lah.
Alright.
WhatsApp tak boleh lebih 3 minit. Tak boleh. Tak boleh 3 minit. Tak boleh. Okay. Bye.
Aku continue je.
guys.
Okay.
Continue je lah.
Teruskan je.
Alright. Okay. Thank you, Afnan. So now, moving on to our financial analysis. This slide provides overview of the financial statement for Dutch Lady Milk Industry, comparing their performance of fiscal year 2034 against 2033. To understand Dutch Lady Milk Industry complete financial picture, we look at 3 core pillars. First, we have the income statement. Is our primary tool for measuring profitability. It tracks how the LMI earns money through its revenue stream and how effectively it manages expenses. Next is the statement of financial position, commonly known as the balance sheet. This provides a snapshot of the company's health at a specific point in time and also breaks down what the company owns, its asset versus what it owes, which are the liabilities and equity. Finally, we look at the statement of cash flow. While income statement shows profit, the cash flow statement shows actual liquidity. It details how cash is generated and deployed across 3 main areas: our day-to-day operation, our investment in future growth, and our financing activities. Next slide. Okay, now let's look at the financial performance. The statement of profit or loss for 3 years ended 31 December 2024. This statement summarizes our revenues and expenses, ultimately showing how Dutch Lady Milk Industry achieved its profit for the year. Starting at the top, our revenue remained very stable at RM 1,445.1 million, a slight increase of 0.2%. This reflects the steady demand within the mature Malaysian dairy market. Importantly, cost of sales dropped by 5.7% to 957.1 million. This improvement was driven by two main factors of easing commodity prices and the increased operational efficiency at our new estate facility. And because they manage cost effectively while maintaining revenue, their gross profit rise significantly by 13.9%, reaching 487.9 million. This pushed gross margin up from 29.7% in 2023 to 33.8% in 2024. And regarding our expenses, distribution expenses saw of 60% increase, totaling RM 197.4 million. This was a strategic move to support expanded logistic and more aggressive marketing activities during the year. And despite higher distribution costs, DLMI result from operating activities grew by an impressive 31.4 to 131.4 million, which is a clear indicator of stronger core business efficiency. And finally, looking at the bottom line, our net profit surged by 33.5 to reach 66.6 million. This success is also reflected in our earning per share, which climbed from 113.1 cent to 151.0 cent. Next slide. Okay. Next is the statement of financial position, also known as the balance sheet. The balance sheet is a snapshot of Dash Lady milk industry financial position as at 31 December 2024, comprising asset, liabilities, and equity, underpinned by total asset minus total liabilities plus total equity. Next slide. Okay, starting with our asset, our total asset crossed by RM 1 billion for the first time, reaching RM 1,073.7 million. A major highlight here is our property, plant, and equipment, which rose 23.2 to 620.1 million. This reflects the full commission of the RM 540 million inside manufacturing facility. And looking at our asset, trade receivables grow to RM 122.7 million, an increase of 30% due higher business activity. And now let's look at how these assets are funded through equity and liabilities. The total equity grew from RM 14.8% to RM 501.9 million. This was driven by retained earnings rising by RM 437.9 million following record profit. And moving to liabilities, Dash Lady Milk Industry took first major long-term borrowing of RM 70.2 million via a revolving credit facility to support their strategic goals. And on the current liability side, trade payables remain the largest liability at RM 488.2 million, which is typical for an FMCG company. And in conclusion, our total equity and liabilities match asset base RM 1,073.7 million, representing a very strong and balanced financial position for Dash Lady Milk Industry. And next slide. Okay, now let's move to the statement of cash flow. So we conclude Dash Lady Milk Industry financial review with the statement of cash flow. So this track assure cash movement in and out of Dash Lady Milk Industry during fiscal year 2024. Unlike the income statement, it shows real cash transaction divided into three sections, which is operating, investing, and financing activity. And first, next slide. Okay. First, operating cash flow was RM 84.8 million compared to 206.6 million in fiscal year 2023. This decline is not a concern, as fiscal year 2023 was unusually high due to estate construction payables Importantly, cash generated before tax remained healthy at RM 109.3 million, confirming solid underlying earning. And in investing activity, the net outflow reduced to RM 132 million from over 200 million last year. This is because of PPE purchases fell to RM 128.1 million, signaling that the heavy investment phase for their new facility is largely complete. And moving on to financing activity, they recorded at a net cash generation of 28.9 million. And a key highlight here is our first ever revolving credit drawdown of RM 73.5 million to support their working capital needs. Despite this new borrowing, dividends paid remain steady at RM 32 million, reflecting their commitment to provide consistent return to shareholders. And after accounting for all this movement, the shady meat industry net decrease in cash of RM 18.5 million for the year, and this bring closing cash balance to RM 47.8 million, down from RM 66.2 million. And however, this level remain entirely manageable given strong operating cash generation. And that concludes my section on the financial statement. I will now pass the floor to Yasmin.
Okay, and right now I'm going to talk about the revenue sources and the performance. So the revenue for the financial year in 2024 is around 1.445.1 million, and the revenue for financial year 2023 is RM 1,442.8 million, and there's a top three customer, which is around the 41% of the total revenue, which costs 593 million ringgit, and there's three core segments. So I'm going to explain about the table. So for the revenue component, there's is financial year 2024 and financial year 2023, and the change. For first is total revenue sales of the good. So in the financial year 2024, it's around 1,445 and 71 million ringgit. And meanwhile, for 2023, which is cost 1,442,823 million, and there's a change in increasing in 0.2%. And next, in second one is a core one, which is like I said before, there's three core segment. So the core one is about liquid milk, is UHT and the pasteurized, and this is known as a primary driver, and also for 2003 is still a primary driver for them, and the change is strong. And the core two is the infant and growing up formula, which is the product like Freezer Gold and the Freezer Select. They are both also primary driver in 2034 in 2003, and the change also strong. And the third one is a core three, which is professional and specialized range, which is in a growing segment. Meanwhile, in 2003, is nothing changed, but this change is strong too. And the top three customer segment give us revenue sources around 593 million, which is around the 41% total revenue. And in 2003, it's around 606,100, which is 42%, and there's this change in one PPT. And we move on to the next slide. And the major cost component analysis. So there is some cost component, which is cost of sale, COGS, raw materials used, distribution expenses, marketing use, administrative expenses, other expenses, and last one is employee costs like wages and EPF. So actually there's Q key, which is when the cost is decreased, that is favorable thing, and when the cost is increased, it is unfavorable. So for the COGS, is around 957 thousand ringgit, and the ref, which is in percentage, is 6.2%, and in 2023 is around 1 million, but there's a change in decrease 5.7%, which is a favorable thing. And it's raw materials used, which is around 860k ringgit, and the ref percentage is 59.6%, and the in 2023 is 918k ringgit Malaysia, and there's a change which is decreased 6.3%. this is also favorable. And the third one is distribution expenses, which is the 197K ringgit, and the ref is 13.7%. And in 2023, which is the past year, is around 170K, and there's is plus, which is 16%, which is unfavorable thing. And used in the marketing use, which is the financial year 2024 is 151,000 ringgit, and the ref is 10.5 percentage, and 2003 is 123K, and there's a change to in 22.4 percentage, which is unfavorable too. And the fifth one is administrative expenses. In 2024 financial year is 38K, and the ref is 2.7 percentage, and the financial year 2023 is 42K ringgit, and there's change which is decreased in 9.2 percentage. And other expenses, which is like in the financial year we have 128K, and the ref is 8.1 sorry 8.9 percentage. There's is a change in minus 4.8%. This is known as favorable. And the last one is employee costs, which is 2029 and 2003. There is actually not so much differences between them, which is in 2004 is 79K. Meanwhile, in 2003 it's 79K, but 328, which just different between 2004 and 2022, which is around 300. And the ref is in percentage is 5.5%, and change is actually, it can say as a constant, because there's just small change, which is just decrease in 0.4 percentage. And next we move on to the next slide. And let's move on to the factor drove the changes, which is also known as a key variance analysis. So the first one, why was the revenue growth only 0.2%? So actually, there's a factory transition in Q3 2024 from DLMI at PJ, Petaling Jaya, to the DLMI at N-State, which is Negeri Sembilan, temporarily disrupted product supply since they changed the factory. And the second one, the LMI strategically discontinued several non-core Dutch Lady product lines during the move. And the third one, core product range like liquid milk, IFT Professional remain available and continued to sell well. And the second one, why did the profit margin improve significantly? Because the global dairy raw material prices softened in 2024 was 2023, reducing cost of sales by RM 57.3 million. And there's also revenue growth management strategy, improve unit margins without reducing consumer demand. And one of transition costs fell in RM 39 million ringgit in 2024, which is lower than prior year in 2023, which is lifting operating profit. And the third one, why the distribution cost rise by 16%? Because there's this intentional strategic decision, and marketing spend rose, which is a rise RM 27.7 million, which is increased to 22.4 percentage to strengthen Dutch Lady and Friso brand equity. And there is also investment position DLMI for full capacity growth at the new DLMI at Estate facility in 2025. And we move on to the next slide. And the financial performance, which is financial year 2024 versus financial year 2023, we have financial metric, which is revenue growth, gross profit margin, operating profit margin, net profit margin, and total ratio. So in the financial year 2024, for the revenue growth, it increased in 0.2%, but in financial year 2003, it increased 7.8%. The trend is slow, and the gross profit margin, which is financial year 2024, which is 33.8 percentage, and the 2003 is 29.7 percentage, and there's the trend is there's increase in 4.1 ppt. And the third one is operating profit margin, which is in financial year 2024, that's 9.1 percentage, and the 2023, that is 6.9 percentage, and that's increased in 2.2 ppt. And the net profit margin, which is 6.7 percentage, increase in 2024, and 5.0 2023, and the trend is also increased 1.7 ppt. And the net profit in RM, which is in 2024, this is 96,647,000 in 24, and the financial year 2023, there is 72,394,000, and that's increased in 33.5 percentage. And earning per share same, the 2024 is 151, and 2023 is 113.1, as increase in 33.5 percentage too. And the return on capital in 2024, which is increased, which is 26.2%, and 2023, that is increased to into 22.9%, and the trending is increased in 3.3 ppt. And the current ratio is 0.84 times, and 2003 0.80 times, which is below 1.0. This is known as good. And the EPS growth, as said as the earlier part, which is the 113.1 to the 151 cent, which is increased 33.5% year on year. So that's all from my part. We move on to the for Fahmi.
Alright. Okay, so up next, based on our analysis of the DLMI's FY 2024 annual report, we have made several predictions for the company financial performance for FY 2025. So first, we predict the revenue to grow by around approximately 5.9% higher, reaching around 1,530 million ringgit. So next, for the gross profit margin, we expect the profit margin to improve from 33.8% to approximately 35%. So for the sorry, jap ada bunyi motor lah tadi. Ulang balik nanti Adnan potong. Okay. Alright, so based on our analysis of the DLMI FY 2024 annual report, we have made several predictions for the company financial performance for FY 2025. So first, we predict the revenue to grow from approximately 5.9%, reaching around 1,005. Bodoh lah. Sekejap weh. Okay, sorry, ada orang call. Alright, so based on our analysis of the LMI FY 2024 annual report, we have made several predictions for the company financial performance in 2025. So first, we predict the revenue to grow by approximately 5.9% to reaching around 1,530 million ringgit. And second, for the gross profit margin, we expect the gross profit margin to improve from 33.8% to approximately 35%. And third, the net profit is projected to increase significantly around 132 million ringgit from 96.6 million ringgit in FY 2024. And finally, uh, the earning per share EPS is expected to rise from 151 cent to approximately 206 cent. And overall, the FY 2025 is expected to be a stronger year for the LMI across all financial metrics. And for the justification, the reason why we believe these predictions are realistic because there are four main reasons. So first, the revenue growth, which is around 5.9% in FY 2024. The company, the LMI revenue, is barely grew due to the factory move from Anstek and the discontinuation of the product. And since then, both were one-time event, and revenue is expected to recover and grow around 5 to 6% in FY 2025 as the Anstek facility runs at full capacity. And second, the improved gross profit margin, which is around 35%. Gross profit margin already improved from 29.7% to 38.8% in 2024 due to the lower commodity prices and state efficiency, stable raw material prices, and full operation at the end state. And margin is expected to improve further around 35% in 2025. And third, the higher net profit, which is around 132 million ringgit. Net profit is projected to grow to 132 million as the prediction cost from the Anstek commissioning phase normalized in 2025, reducing the operating expenses and pushing the net profit margin to approximately 8.9%. And fourth, the reduction in capital expenditure within the end state is now fully built. So the company, the LMI, is no longer need heavy spending on new facility. And due to that, the capital expenditure is expected to drop around 60 to 70 million ringgit for maintenance only, improving their cash flow and also allowing the cash balance to recover to an estimation of 32 million ringgit. So that is all from us. Thank you. Yay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Dah berekod ke? Kau mute.
Dah.
Dah.
Kalau
Dah berekod.
save,
Komi Azul.
kalau stop dia terus save kan?
Aku tak sure. Kat sini ada
Ya.
butang ke? Oh, dia ada sekarang adalah
Kalau
butang
aku
recording.
tak download.
Ha? Download? Ada button download ke? Tak jumpa pun.
Kalau aku sebab kalau aku tak kat desktop, dia macam selalu hilang. Sebab aku pernah buat dengan group aku dulu. Lepas tu dia hilang. Lepas tu kena buat lagi sekali.
Walah. Tapi tak silap aku dia macam tunggu lama sikit baru video tu ada.
Dia ada
Ha.
butang stop
betul-betul.
recording. Tapi
Ha-ha.
ada butang stop recording je lah. Tak ada butang download pula.
Mm-mm.
Ya.
Aku stop je lah
Stop je lah. Stop record.
Bismillah, kuat ada Amin.
Weh,
Okay, dah.
esok